The delivery driver casually mentioned that the customer's dog was ugly, which led the customer to immediately retract the tip they had given him. This left the delivery driver feeling quite upset. However, the following day, the elderly lady suddenly suffered a heart attack while walking her dog. The dog, standing by her side, appeared frantic and tried to wake her up with its barking. Fortunately, the delivery driver from the previous night happened to pass by. Instead of holding a grudge, he immediately called an ambulance for the elderly lady. But what no one noticed was the poor dog, who, after the ambulance drove away, started desperately chasing after it. Unfortunately, the ambulance was too fast, and the dog quickly lost sight of it. Determined not to give up, the dog continued searching for its owner, even as night fell. By then, it was both exhausted and hungry. Without realizing it, the dog stopped in front of a roasted chicken shop. The sight of the delicious-looking chicken made the dog's mouth water. However, the shop owner spotted it and began shouting at the dog to drive it away. Scared, the dog ran off and nearly got hit by a car in the process. Alone and without the protection of its owner, the dog began its life as a stray. The following morning, a little girl found the dog. When her parents arrived, she begged them to adopt it. The father noticed the dog's clothing and assumed it had accidentally gotten lost. He suggested they take the dog in and try to find its owner later. Thus, the family took in a new member temporarily. Emma, the little girl, cared for the dog well but never let it make any noise. This was because, like the dog, Emma had also been adopted. Ever since arriving at the family, she had been very cautious, afraid that if she did anything wrong, her adoptive parents might send her back to the orphanage. She didn't dare to eat too much or speak loudly, worried that they might not be happy with her. Her adoptive mother, however, cried and told Emma that her fears were unfounded. From the very first day Emma came home, she had treated her like her own daughter, showering her with love. These warm words made Emma finally let go of her reservations and, for the first time, let herself be embraced by her mom. Meanwhile, the elderly lady woke up in the hospital, immediately calling out for her dog, but seeing no sign of it. In desperation, she contacted the delivery driver who had helped her the night before. Together, they created posters to search for the dog, which they placed all over the town. Despite the heavy snowfall, the cold weather couldn't compare to the chill she felt inside. With her husband passed away and her son living abroad, for years her dog had been her only companion. Losing the dog now was a heavy blow to her mental state. Luckily, her efforts were not in vain. Emma's father saw one of the posters and told his wife about it. However, his wife's reaction surprised him. She didn't want to give the dog back, thinking that Emma would be heartbroken. But Emma's father insisted, saying that they needed to consider the feelings of the dog's owner, not just their own. Reluctantly, Emma's mom told her the news. To her surprise, Emma was very understanding. She believed she and the dog had similar experiences, and that the dog must be yearning to see its owner. Though they were all reluctant, they ultimately decided to return the dog. Soon after, the elderly lady, still out putting up flyers, received a call from Emma's family. As soon as she got out of the car, the dog eagerly ran toward her. Overwhelmed with joy, the elderly lady cried when she was reunited with her beloved pet. Emma, too, tearfully said her final goodbye to the dog. Though the elderly lady took the dog home, she promised that Emma was always welcome to visit. Emma even gave